yeah. Yeah. He left the city limits right around the break of noon. Didn't pack much, didn't eat much, just the engine in the room. Debris that comes from highways turning into gravel roads, where the GPS gives up and something older takes the load of navigation. Just the sun and just his own sense of direction, toward nowhere specific, toward some kind of resurrection of the version of himself that exists outside the grid, outside the office walls, outside the life he halfway lived. The gravel kicked up dust behind him like a fading photograph of everything he's leaving, every deadline, every graph that measured his existence and productivity and gain. Out here the only metric is the one against his frame. He's not running from a person, not escaping someone's name, just the slow erosion of a self that lost its flame. Somewhere between promotion, somewhere between Sunday dread, he's chasing back the version of himself he thought was dead. Gravel roads and engine sound, this is how he breathes. Dust behind him, freedom ahead, this is what he needs. Summer air and open battle, nothing left to prove. City made him quiet, out here he remembers how to move. Yeah, he remembers being 17 and reckless on the same machine. Before the suits, before the meetings, before we learned to lean into what was expected, into what looked good on paper. Somewhere along the way he traded thunder for a stapler, traded gravel roads for parking garages, traded wild for something safe and measured, something a little more mild. But right now he feels that 17-year-old waking up underneath the responsible adult who learned to fill his cup with other people's water. This road doesn't ask him to comply with anyone's opinion of who he's supposed to be, doesn't ask why he's choosing this direction, doesn't need a reason prepared, just the open path ahead and proof that some part of him still there to want something untamed, something that the city always taxed. Every time he tried to access it, every time he asked permission from a calendar that never said he could. He's done asking, out here he just does what feels good. Gravel roads and open sky, this is how he heals. Dust behind him, summer ahead, this is how it feels to remember who you were before the world told you to settle. Out here on this empty road, he's made of fire, not metal. Somewhere past the county line, the radio loses signal. Good, he didn't want the noise, didn't want the static rituals of other people's voices telling him what matters, what to feel. Just the engine, just the gravel, just this moment that feels real. In a way nothing's felt in years, in a way that strips away every layer he built up just to make it through the day. Back in the city, every armor, every careful measured part, he's just a man in a machine, in the rhythm of his heart. Gravel roads and setting sun, this is freedom sound. Dust behind him, fading slow, but something solid found in the chaos of the open road, in the choice to just go. He's not lost, he's not running, he's finally letting go of every cage disguises comfort, every rule he never chose. The summer taught him how to live like nobody else knows what he's capable of being. When the city loosens its grip, he'll go back eventually, but he won't go back the same. He'll keep this trip living in somewhere underneath his ribs, underneath his skin. This road taught him freedom isn't somewhere, it's something that begins the moment that you choose it, the moment that you dare to leave the path that's paved for you and ride into somewhere that nobody designed for you. Somewhere wild, somewhere true. He found himself out here in dust and gravel, in the residual blue of a summer sky that watched him remember how to fly without a destination. Just the open road, just why not just try? The pavement shimmering like it's trying to disappear. Heat rising off the concrete, bending what's actually here. I'm walking through the afternoon, but floating somehow too. Everything's a little slower, everything's a little blue. Around the edges like the light forgot its job. The way I thought of rising these before you catch the throb, yeah. But meaning underneath it, I keep seeing you in glass. Reflections that aren't real, just heat tricks as I pass, yeah. Storefronts, parking lots, the mirage where the road bends. I swear I saw your jacket on a stranger around the end of the block, but when I blink it's just a haze playing games. The whole city's underwater, slow motion and your name keeps surfacing in places that don't make any sense. A song lyric, a billboard, the condensation on a fence where someone left the water bottle sweating in the sun. I'm not sure if I'm dreaming or just missing everyone. Daydreaming through the heat wave, you keep appearing in the blur. Mirage of you on every corner. I can't tell what's real, I'm not sure. The sun's got me hypnotized, the asphalt singing your name, lost in the slow motion afternoon, stuck inside the same. I sat down on the bench just to let the dizzy pass. The shade was thin, the heat still found me through the grass. Patch above my head and somewhere in that half asleep, I swear we had a conversation. Swear I heard you speak about nothing important, just the way you always did. The kind of talk that fills the silence comfortable and hid the meaning in the casual. I opened up my eyes and it was just the wind moving through just butterflies. Or maybe heat exhaustion, maybe my mind playing tricks, building you from particles of light and afternoon. The mix of missing in the temperature combining into this strange floating feeling like I'm caught inside a kiss that never happened. Just imagine, just constructed whole from wanting you so bad my brain forgot its own control of what's actually happening. The real and the desire blurring into one long afternoon, both of us inspired by love that's only living in the heat walk there. Daydreaming through the heat wave, oh, you keep flickering like flame. Mirage of you in every shadow. I can't shake loose your name. The sun's got me hallucinated. The whole world feels unreal, lost in the slow motion afternoon, chasing how you make me feel. Maybe I'm not dreaming wrong, maybe missing you this strong is its own kind of heat stroke, its own delirium, its own song. The body plays when it's been too long in the sun without you near. Maybe love's just thermal, maybe that's why you appear in every shimmer, every wave of rising afternoon air. Maybe my mind's just doing what mirages always do, repair the distance temporarily. Give me something close to true, even if it's heat and long, building images of you. Daydreaming through the heat wave, and I finally understand. You're not a trick of temperature, you're not just heat warp sand. You're the thing my mind reaches for when reality gets thin. You're the mirage that's realer than the world I'm standing in. I'll take this slow motion fever, I'll take this blur mirage if it means you keep appearing every time the sun's as strong. This isn't delirium, this is just what missing feels like. Lost in this glowing afternoon, finding you in every white light. Yeah. He's been up since the rooftop, since the conversation thin. Down to silence, comfortable, down to whatever this has been. 6 hours running, 6 hours talking, 6 hours watching dark turn pale. Above the buildings, watching night surrender, watching night exhale. The last of what it had, he's not tired the way mornings usually feel. This is different, this is electric, this is something almost real. enough to touch. The city still asleep, but starting to suggest movement somewhere distant. First trucks making their requests for empty streets, for early access, for the hours before the rush. Claims his territory back. He watches steam rise, watches hush. Become something else slowly. Become the city clearing throat. Before the actual noise arrives, before the day takes note. That he existed through the whole night. Witnessed every single phase, from loud to quiet to the strange in between this golden haze. Yeah, that isn't day, yeah, isn't night. Just something honest, something true. He's never seen this city look this unguarded, look this new. Sun's coming up on a night that never settled, never slept. City's waking slow, I was still wide awake, still kept inside this golden hour, between the dark and the design of everybody's morning. This one moment, just mine, yeah. The bodega's pulling up his gate, the metal sound echoing loud against the empty street, against the absence of the crowd that'll fill these blocks in an hour, that'll claim this space again. He's standing in the space between, the threshold, the in-between of what the night gave him and what the day's about to ask. He's not ready to go home yet, not ready for the task. Pretending this was ordinary, pretending this meant nothing. The way the city changes color, the way the light keeps shifting from something soft to something sharper, to something that demands you see clearly, see completely. See the version of the city that exists for maybe 20 minutes, between the dark and bright, between exhaustion and a second wind, between a day and night. Overlapping briefly, he feels something settle in his chest, some kind of clarity arriving, some kind of quiet test that he's passing just by witnessing, just by being here. To watch the city remember what it's for, watch it appear. Sun's coming up on everything we said and didn't say. City's waking slow, but we already feel the change of day. Pressing up against the night that's leaving slow, that's leaving late. This golden hour belongs to us before the world claims its way. Yeah, he thinks about the version of himself from 12 hours back. Different person, almost different rhythm, different track of thought entirely. The night does that, stretches you somehow into someone more honest, someone closer to right now than he usually allows. The conversation from the roof still echoing somewhere underneath the surface. Still the proof that strangers can become something else by morning, can become the kind of witness only certain hours let you come. Sun's coming up, and something in them's different. Something shifted through the hours, through the talking, through the night. They gifted each other accidentally. This isn't ending, this is starting. The city's waking up around them, but they're not departing yet, not yet. They're holding on to 20 minutes more of the golden hour, of the threshold of the door between who they were at midnight and who they'll be by noon. He's never felt more here, more present, more attuned to something simple, something real, something that doesn't need explaining or defending. Just the morning, just the free feeling of having stayed up long enough to watch the turn from night to day, from dark to light, from everything they learn about each other slowly, about themselves, about this town that's finally waking up around them, finally settling down into his daily rhythm, while they're still inside the glow of having witnessed something neither one was meant to know so intimately. The city at its most undone, most true. He's grateful for the night, but gratitude for morning too. Everybody posting something. Yeah. Everybody posting something like it's all golden glow. I'm working doubles in the heat where the truth don't show. Aperol on your feet while I'm sweating through the grind. Summer's a highlight reel, mine's a different kind. Yeah. Woke up at 5, sun ain't even up yet. Same hour, same grind, same debt, I'm in deep, no sunset. Yeah. Filter for the struggle, no caption for the tide. I see your beach pic scroll by, feel something twisting fire. Yeah. In my chest, not jealousy, more like a slow erosion of the version of summer I was promised, the devotion, the rest that everybody talks about but can't afford. The pool floats and the rooftop nights, the open door, the leisure I ain't never had a key to, never tried. The lock, I'm working through July like every other side of the year, no different pace, no slower clock. The only thing that's seasonal is how the bills don't stop. I see the kids playing in the sprinkler down the street. Remember when there used to be enough, used to be sweet. Now I'm calculating gas money to even take my own out somewhere decent. Summer costs more than the heat alone. Everybody posting summer like the sun forgot to bill them. I'm checking my account before I check the heat, the chillin'. Looks different from this angle, looks like overtime and rust. Summer's a highlight reel, mine's collecting dust. My pops worked every summer of his life, same as me now. Used to think that meant something different, used to think somehow I'd be free of it by now. I'd be the one relaxing, but the cycle don't break easy. The cycle keeps attacking every plan I make for rest. Car breaks down in June, AC unit dies in August. Find out bills don't pause for moons or seasons, or the way the calendar says you deserve a break. The system doesn't read July the way you've heard it should. I'm not bitter, just been carrying the weight of a season that looks light but feels heavier relate than winter ever did. At least the code is honest, doesn't lie about what it's bringing, doesn't sell you blue sky while it's planning storms. Summer smiles while it takes everything you hope for, every plan, every break you thought you earned. I'm not asking for the gold, just asking for the season to stop pretending it's not cold underneath the surface where the real heat is. Everybody posting summer like the struggle took a day off, but the grind got the memo like the hustle finally paid off. But I'm still here at midnight counting hours, counting costs. So summer's a highlight reel, mine's the part that got lost. Everybody posting summer. In translation, in the feed, in the filter, in the light, I'm just trying to survive what they call in paradise. Trying to find my own gold in the season, built for show. Even if nobody posted, even if nobody know, this is real, this is mine. This is the summer that I got, not the one that's selling, the one that's actually high. Started all broke in the city with no name attached to me now. Yeah. Every block knew my struggle, but they didn't know how. I was building something quiet underneath all the noise. Every dollar I saved was a soldier, every plan was deployed. Summer hit different this year, everything changed at once. Watch waist cold as the winter, I survived for months. Every check that comes in got my mama smiling wide. I remember sleeping hungry, now I'm sleeping satisfied. The block remembers when I had nothing but the hustle in my chest. Now I drive past slow just to let them witness the rest of the story they didn't think would end up this way. Every doubt they had on me, I'm cashing out today. I ain't flexing for nobody, this for me and mine. Every struggle got a purpose when you finally cross the line. From surviving into thriving, from the trenches to the top. Summer caught me golden, and I ain't planning to stop. Oh, summer golden, everything I touched turned bright. Started in the dark, now I'm living in the light. Every move calculated, every win was earned. Watch me take the city while the whole block learned. They said I wouldn't make it past the corner that I'm from. Now I'm pulling up in whips that make the whole strip numb. Looking every channel, wearing, got a story, got a price. Paid in sacrifice, paid in nights I couldn't sleep twice. Through the same struggle, but the struggle built the throne I'm sitting on right now. Every brick I laid alone, counting up the receipts while my city counts the ways that I switched up the narrative, switched up how they gauge what's possible from where we from, where the odds stay stacked against us from the jump. But I never look back at the doubt, just forward at the vision that I had. Someone came and validated every plan, every math. I calculated quiet while the haters stay loud. Now my bank account speaking louder than the crowd. They used to count me out before they counted up my wins. This the summer, everybody finally seeing where it begins. Whole summer golden, every block recognize the shine. Started with a vision, now the vision's mine and finished in a way they never thought that I could pull. Watch the city watching while my pocket's staying full. This ain't about the flex, it's about the years. It's about the silent grinding, swallowing the fears. Everybody see the summer, don't see what it took to get it. Don't see the chapters, only see the book. Already published, already sitting on the shelf. But I remember every struggle, every version of myself that had to die for this one to be standing here today. Golden summer, but the work put in was never just for play. Whole summer golden, it's the harvest of the seed. I planted years ago when nobody could see the vision clearly but myself. Now everybody witnessed, this the summer I arrived. This the summer of my fitness for the role I always knew that I was built to play. Every doubt erased completely, every debt I had to pay. Now collecting interest on the years I spent alone. This my season, it's my summer. This is finally home. You didn't bring a watch on this trip, didn't see the point. The moon was already keeping perfect time, better than anything he owned. He walks the shoreline barefoot, sand still warm beneath his feet. Even hours after sunset, even now the heat retreats. Slow enough to feel like luxury, slow enough to feel like proof that some places run on different clocks, some places tell the truth about what time actually means when nobody's checking phones. The moon hangs low and heavy here, like it's found a place to call its own. Above the water, casting silver on every passing wave. He's never seen a night mood this patient, never seen it this brave enough to just exist without rushing toward the dawn. He thinks about the city clocks he left behind, how they're still on, somewhere ticking forward without him. But here that doesn't sting the way it usually would. Here time's a different kind of thing. A palm tree leans the way it's leaned for decades, unconcerned with schedules or deadlines, just being what it learned to be. Slow rooted, certain of his place beneath the sky. He envies it a little, envies how it doesn't ask why. Moonlight on the water, time moving like a tide. Nothing here is rushing, nothing here denied. The simple gift of stillness, the gift of just being here. This island doesn't hurry, and neither does the year. She's beside him now, her dress still damp from wading in. The water warm as evening air, her laughter soft and thin. Against the sound of waves arriving, leaving and returning back. Like the ocean's got a rhythm that the whole world's lost the track of. Somewhere in the rushing, but not here, not on the shore, where every hour stretches out like it's got room for so much more than calendars allow back home and schedules ever give. He reaches for her hand and thinks this is how we're meant to live. Not always, maybe, but at least tonight, at least right now, under a moon that's bigger than he's ever seen. Somehow closer to like it descended, just to watch them walk along the tide line, comfortable in silence, comfortable in talk. That doesn't need to lead anywhere, doesn't need a point. He used to think that conversation needed sharper joints, needed purpose, needed direction. Yeah, here it just unfolds like the night itself, patient, easy, beautifully slow. Moonlight on the water, I was blurred and blend. Nothing here is counted, nothing needs to end. This island holds them gently, holds the night this way, where time forgets its hurry, where the moon decides to stay. Yeah. understands it now. Why people chase this feeling, why they need to find somehow a place where clocks don't matter, where the only thing that's true is the tide, the moon, the warmth in a hand inside is two. This isn't just vacation, this is something closer to the actual definition of how time was meant to move. Unhurried, unconcerned, patient as the rising tide will carry this slow magic long after they leave this island side. He still doesn't wear a watch. Months later, back in the city, he just remembers the moon, how it taught him that some hours are worth losing on purpose. You notice summer leaving the same way watercolors run. When you add too much water and the edges come undone. Yeah. Not all at once, not violent, just a soft and steady bleed of one color into another, one season's quiet need to become the next thing slowly, without asking, without warning. He watched her pack a bag the way the light packs up each morning. A little late, a little dimmer, a little less convinced that summer's still in charge here, that nothing's been dismissed. She didn't cry, he didn't either, that's not how this goes. It's more like watching paint than a work on something composed. Carefully, all season, every color they'd oblige, slowly merging into something neither one denied. Was happening, was ending, was becoming memory right before their eyes. Like watching your own history get reinterpreted by water, by time, by what's outside your hands. He held her fingers loosely, the way you hold wet sand. Summer's bleeding out like water on a page, colors running soft into each other, interchange. Nothing sharp about this ending, nothing clean or quick, just a slow dissolve of everything they didn't fix. They sat by the lake one final evening, watched the colors blend, pink to orange, orange to nothing, watched the day descend into something neither one could hold on to or keep. The way the summer light itself was getting hard to read through the haze, through the humidity, finally breaking down into something cooler, something that felt like a different town than the one they fell into each other in back in June. He thought about the watercolor of that afternoon, how vivid it had been then, how saturated, how complete, every color at full strength, nothing diluted, nothing weak. Now in September everything was softer, less defined, the edges of the story starting to slowly unwind into something gentler, something that wouldn't hold its shape. The way summer never does, the way you can't escape the natural bleeding of one thing into the next, a slower race of sharp lines into something softer, something hard to trace. Summer's running like the rain got into something true, colors mixing into memory, into me and you. Nothing violent in this fading, nothing meant to hurt, just the quiet way that beautiful things return to dirt. He used to think that endings happened all at once, a break, a clean line drawn between before and after, but mistake that was, because real endings bleed. They don't announce themselves, yeah. They blur the edges slowly until nothing's where it was. She kissed him once beside the water, soft like watercolor too. Not desperate, not dramatic, just another shade of blue, bleeding into evening, bleeding into everything they built. He realized he wasn't sad exactly, just aware time spilled. Summer's bleeding out, but bleeding isn't only lost. It's the way that beauty happens, soft without a cost. Of sharp goodbyes are breaking, just colors find a new design. The whole story blurring into something less defined, more fine. He'll remember this the way you remember watercolor art. Not the precise lines, but the feeling, not the start or the end, but the bleeding in between. The way it ran into something beautiful he didn't fully understand. Until later, until autumn came and showed him what remained. Not the picture picture they had painted, but the color that still stained something deep inside his chest, something soft, something true. Summer left him gently, the way good things sometimes do. I'm leaning on the wall outside the corner store. Nothing in my pockets, nothing I'm waiting for. Just watching how the heat makes the asphalt seem to bend, watching how the afternoon refuses to descend into anything resembling urgency or plan. Just me and a toothpick, just me and the slow span of hours that don't owe nobody nothing, don't demand a single thing from me except to simply stand here, breathing, existing, letting boredom be a friend instead of something I gotta rush to comprehend or fix or solve or fill with noise. Just let it sit, just let the day be empty, let the emptiness submit to something almost peaceful, something close to rest that I ain't earned through work and ain't earned through any test of productivity, just earned by being alive. This the kind of afternoon when nothing needs to thrive. A couple older heads roll dice over by the fence, not really gambling serious, more like passing time, more like sense. And that the day needs filling with something other than the heat, something with the rhythm, something with the repeat. I watch without joining, content just to observe the way the afternoon moves slow, the way it doesn't curve toward anything specific, just stretches flat and wide like the block itself decided it had nowhere left to hide from summer, nowhere left to rush, nowhere left to be, but exactly here, exactly now, exactly free from schedule, from agenda, from the weight of always doing. This the kind of stillness that the city's always losing to the rush, to the hustle, to the constant need for motion. I'm just sitting with my back against the wall, devotion to doing absolutely nothing, to letting minutes stretch like gum beneath the shoes, so like something hard to fetch. Like something hard to fetch. Yeah, by 5 the heat's still heavy, but the light started to lean. Different angle, different color, different in between state that afternoon becomes when it's not quite ready yet to call itself evening, not ready to forget the hours it's been holding, the stillness it's been keeping. I'm still right here, still leaning, still somehow not sleeping, despite the heaviness, despite the slow specific drag of time that isn't moving fast, isn't asked to brag about efficiency, just existing, just present in the moment that don't need me being pleasant or productive or impressive, just being the man who's here, killing time on a corner, holding nothing, holding clear evidence that rest don't always look like comfort, looks like this instead, like boredom, like the slow and heavy strike of summer afternoon that asks you simply to remain inside it fully without rushing toward the rain that might come later, might not. Either way, I'm staying put. He's been up since the rooftop, since the conversation, then down to silence, comfortable, down to whatever this has been. 6 hours running, 6 hours talking, 6 hours watching dark turn pale. Above the buildings, watching night surrender, watching night exhale. The last of what it had, he's not tired the way mornings usually feel. This is different, this is electric, this is something almost real. Enough to touch, the city's still asleep, but starting to suggest movement somewhere distant. First trucks making their request for empty streets, for early access, for the hours before the rush. Claims his territory back, he watches steam rise, watches hush, become something else slowly, become the city clearing throat, before the actual noise arrives, before the day takes note that he existed through the whole night, witnessed every single phase, from loud to quiet to the strange in between, this golden haze that isn't day yet, isn't night, just something honest, something true. He's never seen this city look this unguarded, look this new. Sun's coming up on a night that never settled, never slept. City's waking slow while we're still wide awake, still kept inside this golden hour between the dark and the design of everybody's morning. This one moment, just mine. The bodegas pulling up his gate, the metal sound echoing loud against the empty street, against the absence of the crowd that'll fill these blocks in an hour, that'll claim the space again. He's standing in the space between the threshold, the in-between of what the night gave him and what the day's about to ask. He's not ready to go home yet, not ready for the task of pretending this was ordinary, pretending this meant nothing. The way the city changes color, the way the light keeps shifting from something soft to something sharp, or something that demands you see clearly, see completely, see the version of the city that exists for maybe 20 minutes between the dark and bright, between exhaustion and the second wind, between the day and night, overlapping briefly. He feels something settle in his chest, some kind of clarity arriving, some kind of quiet test that he's passing just by witnessing, just by being here to watch the city remember what it's for. Watch it appear. Sun's coming up on everything we said and didn't say. City's waking slow, but we already feel the change of the day, pressing up against the night that's leaving slow, that's leaving late. This golden hour belongs to us before the world claims its weight. Yeah. He thinks about the version of himself from 12 hours back. Different person, almost different rhythm, different track of thought entirely. The night does that, stretches you somehow into someone more honest, someone closer to right now than he usually allows. The conversation from the roof still echoing somewhere underneath the surface, still the proof that strangers can become something else by morning, can become the kind of witness only certain hours let you come. Sun's coming up, there's something in him's different, something shifted. Through the hours, through the talking, through the night they gifted each other accidentally. This isn't ended, this is starting. The city's waking up around them, but they're not departing yet, not yet. They're holding on to 20 minutes more of the golden hour, of the threshold, of the door between who they were at midnight and who they'll be by noon. He's never felt more here, more present, more attuned to something simple, something real, something that doesn't need explaining or defending. Just the morning, just the free feeling of having stayed up long enough to watch the turn from night to day, from dark to light, from everything they learned about each other slowly, about themselves, about this town. It's finally waking up around them, finally settling down into his daily rhythm while they're still inside the glow of having witnessed something neither one was meant to know. So intimately, the city at its most undone, most true. He's grateful for the night, but gratitude for morning too. city becomes a different language after midnight falls. Every intersection speaks in amber, every shadow calls to something older, something underneath the day's performance. I draw these streets the way a finger traces the importance of a scar, not looking for the wound, just the geography, the record that the body keeps without apology. This block used to mean something specific, meant a sound, a voice calling from a window, meant a particular ground beneath my feet, a specific way to concrete that I knew by the way it sounded hollow under certain shoes. I drive past what it was, past what remains of what it was, past the gap between the memory and the because of now. The building's different but the air around it holds its old dimension, holds its old and unrecorded folds of time of who stood here. What got said at 3 a.m. The streetlight makes a halo of the ordinary, of the stem of a street sign that has witnessed more than it will testify. I'm reading the city like a text that can't be read until you try. The nighttime version, the unguarded version, the one that shows its actual architecture only after the performance goes to bed and leaves the set design alone. It's the city stripped of its daytime costume. It's the city after it has slipped into something closer to the truth of what it is. I turn down streets I don't have reasons to be turning down, just following the pull of something underneath the town. Some thread I can't identify that keeps connecting me to intersections where the past and present can't agree to briefly overlap. I passed a lot where the spot used to be the one that meant refuge, made communion even free in ways that don't translate to anybody wasn't there. That kind of place holds its own frequency, its own specific air that the body still can read even after it's been raised, even after something new got built and everyone got praised for progress. I'm not mourning exactly, not bitter, not the ghost haunting his own history, just reading what this coastline of memory looks like from the car at 2:30. Just clocking distance, just measuring what I grew through versus what grew up around me, the mutual we're becoming. That happens when you love a place so long you feel it humming in your chest. The way a tuning fork responds to its frequency. I know the city in my body, know it like the key to a door I've lost, but know the turning of my hand, the exact resistance before it opens, understand. By 3 the streets have given up, pretending they're a city, have settled into something older, something that was pretty close to what was here before the name, before the map, before the ownership, before anybody started keeping track of who belonged, where the streets just breathe, just run the parallel and perpendicular to everything undone by darkness in the pure geometry, in the pure direction. I'm just moving through it, just providing my reflection to the windshield, to the rear view, to the pavement, sliding back beneath the wheels towards somewhere I can't name, can't track on any map. The city in the rear view looks like something distant, looks like something I remember reading about, looks like the insistent quality of places that I marked you without asking, looks like all the years compressed into a single asking of the question at the night drive always circles back around. What remains of what you were in any given piece of ground, and on what remains of what the ground was in you, the mutual stain, a person and a place of all the summers, all that rain, all those street lights, all those arguments, all those ordinary weeks that built the thing that now sits quietly and seeks no resolution, just a road, just a particular grace. I'm moving through the city that has lived inside his face for long enough to be a second language, be a twin self that lives in these coordinates that breathes in every time the car comes back at night at this specific hour, when the city gives itself away without the power of performance. This is when it's honest, this is when the place and I can finally see each other again. Yeah. Concrete cracks where the Dollar Tree died. Summer sun beating down like a verdict, no place to hide. Daddy's check came short, mama's pride got denied. 8 years old counting fans cause the AC's outside. We split water bottles, 3 kids in 1 cup. Landlord knocking twice asking why the rent ain't up. Heat index 98 but the real heat is the struggle. Watching my mother smile through a storm, she can't unbuckle. Black looking golden, but the gold is just rust. Promises melting like the asphalt, turning dreams into dust. I learned math from the bills before I learned it in school. Learned that equal opportunity was a beautiful lie, a useful tool. Ice cream truck rolling, kids running with nothing in their pocket. Watching the rich kids pull from a fence, can't unlock it. Some are supposed to be freedom, some are supposed to be light, but around here it's just a longer, hotter version of the night. Sun's up high, but the shades hard to find. Same old block, same old ground. We sweating bullets just to stay alive. Dollar by dollar trying to survive. Yeah, 16 17 now, working the corner store till close. Kinda register money that ain't never been close to what my labor's worth, to what my time deserved. Boss driver Benz while I'm walking with a nerve bad like exposed wire. Sparking every single day, watching the news talk numbers while we live in the decay. They say, pull yourself up from boosts we never had. So the only pair I own, just to help my dad. Mama's working doubles, double shifts, double pain. Praying for a miracle, praying for the rain. But the rain don't cool nothing when the system's the heat. When the system's the reason we ain't got enough to eat. I write these bars on receipt, on the back of late notices. Turn the eviction letters into verses, into closure, into focus. Cause if I don't speak it, who's gon' carry the weight of a block that the city forgot to renovate? Sun's up high, still no shade inside. Same old block, fighting the same old fight. We sweating bullets, refuse to die. Dollar by dollar we testify. So I'm in a day, suit and tie, talking growth. Standing on the podium 2 blocks from where we both grew up. But his story took the elevator route. Mine took the stairs with the lights all burned out. He call it bootstraps, I call it a head start. Different map, same city, but a different kind of heart. I ain't bitter, I'm just clear how the game was rigged. Watch too many uncles get buried, cause the system never give a damn about the heat we live and the heat we breathe. The kind that don't show up on no thermometer reading. Yeah, it's in the silence when the ambulance is slow to our zone. It's in the way they zone us out like we ain't even known. But I'm still here pen in hand, building something true. Turning summer heat to power, turning red into a U. That paints a different picture, one where we ain't drowning. One where the sun that burns us is the same sun that's crowning. Sun's up high, who watch us rise like flame. Same old block, but we ain't the same. We sweating bullets, turned it into pride. Dollar by dollar, we still alive. 8 years old, counting fans. 16 now, counting plans. Older now, counting stars, still counting. Linen sheets got you wrapped up like a Sunday secret. Morning light be leaking through the blinds, don't even sweat it. Coffee steam is rising like a slow unbothered spirit. Nothing on the schedule, we just living in the minute. Your hair's a little messy, but it's messy how I like it. Summer breeze is drifting through the window, we don't fight it. It's the kind of peace that money never could have bought us. Just a room of rhythm and the quiet love that caught us. Sunday morning, soft and slow. Coffee linen, letting go. Nothing loud, nothing rushed. Just this quiet, just enough. Watch you stretch across the bed like sunlight stretching wide. Half asleep but reaching for me, pulling me inside. It's the kind of morning that don't need a destination. Just your breathing and the breeze in soft rotation. Bacon crackling distant like a background kind of song. Newspaper unopened, we don't mind the day, move on. Every little detail feel like poetry in motion. Domestic and divine like a quiet kind of ocean. Sunday morning, warm and slow. Linen coffee, letting go. Nothing loud, nothing rushed. This the peace I dreamed of. Funny how the smallest moments hold the biggest weight. Funny how a Sunday morning teaches me to wait on the bigger things, the future, all the plans we make. Cause right now, right here is already so damn great. I don't need the fireworks, don't need the grand design. Just your body in the sunlight, just this borrowed time. Every breath you're breathing next to me feels like a gift. Simple as the coffee steam, quiet as the drift. This is home, this This is home. Coffee, linen, you and sun. Nothing loud, nothing rushed. Just this Sunday, just enough. The heat don't break when the sun goes down. It just changes shape, moves into something slower, something closer, something with your name on it. Yeah. The nights still wearing the heat like a second skin tonight. I'm watching how you move slow through the dim golden light. The fans just pushing warm air round in lazy circles, stirring what's already burning between us, what's already occurring, without either one of us saying the words out loud just yet. I like the quiet tension, like the slow approach to bed. We're both making with our eyes, with the distance getting thin. You're closer than you were a verse ago, closer to where I've been, wanting you to stand. The city's loud outside the window, but in here it's just the sound of breathing, just the slow build of something neither one of us is rushing, taking time, like good things always ask you to. I'm reading every line, your body's writing silently, every shift, every glance. I'm fluent in this language now, fluent in this dance. We haven't even touched yet, and the room's already humid with everything unsaid, with everything we're building. Come closer, let the heat do what the heat does best. Melt the space between us, melt the rest of whatever's keeping you from leaning into this summer night. Slow motion, dangerous like a kiss, yeah. I trace the outline of your shadow on the wall behind you, wondering what it's like to finally remind you how long I've been watching, how long I've been patient, letting this tension build instead of rushing the equation. Some nights deserve the long way there, deserve the slow unfolding, like a story you don't rush, like a secret you keep holding until the perfect moment when the telling feels like art. I'm taking my time learning every chapter of your heart. Before I touch the cover, before I turn the page, the anticipation's its own kind of beautiful, its own kind of stage. But we're performing on without an audience but us. The nights I only witness, the heat I only trust. I whisper something near your ear, low enough to feel, not loud enough to hear completely, just enough to make it real. That this is happening slowly, on purpose, with intention. Every move deliberate, every word demanding your attention. Come closer, let the heat do what the heat does best. Burn away the distance, burn the rest of whatever's keeping you from saying what you feel. This summer night was always gonna be this real. Your hand finds mine, eventually fingers slow to intertwine, like we're both still deciding, like we're both still drawing the line between what's safe and what we actually want tonight. I pull you closer gently, let the silence feel just right for what comes next. The AC's lost the battle with the heat, both of us breathing harder now, both of us incomplete. Without this closing distance, without this final step, I've been patient all night, patient with every breath you took before this moment, every hesitation, every pause. Now there's nothing left between us, no more reason, no more cause to keep the careful distance, to keep pretending this is slow. I finally let my hand trace where your collarbone meets your throat. You don't pull away, you're leaning closer, finally certain this is what tonight was always building toward the curtain. Finally rising on the moment we've been circling for hours. Heat and patience turning finally into ours. Come closer, come closer. Let the heat become the only thing that's true. Tonight's not asking permission, tonight's just me and you. nothing left but skin and sound. This summer night was always gonna bring us down, to this exact moment, this exact perfect heat, where every slow approach finally meets the thing we both were dancing round since the moment that you came in. This is what desire sounds like when it finally lets you in. By morning, the heat's still here, but so are you, and that changes everything. The way one perfect night can rewrite an entire summer. The heat this summer has an opinion, takes a side, presses through the window glass, impossible to hide from. And neither can I hide from what's been building low between us. What the humidity reveals what you don't show. When the temperature allows you room to cover it with cool behavior, with the managed version, with the rule of keeping distance comfortable, keeping things polite. But July strips the courtesy away, makes wrong feel right to say out loud. The friction that we carry, that we name something other than what it is, pretend the same arrangements will keep holding when they've started losing grip, like ice left in the sun, like something starting to eclipse the surface we present to each other, to the room we share, with the unspoken, with the accumulating gloom that isn't quite despair, isn't quite resolved, just the heat and the between us and the thing we don't dissolve. Around each other like two systems of high pressure, neither one releasing, neither one measuring the cost of all this holding, all this managing, the edge of what we've been avoiding, standing at the ledge without the vocabulary to name the canyon below. Just the wind that comes from distance, just the vertigo of looking at the real thing finally, not the curated version. Heat does that, leaves everything translated into something stark, or something you can't soften anymore. The fan just moves the hot air from the ceiling to the floor and back again. No progress, just the circulation of the same temperature, the same old formulation of what we call okay, but means something less certain. I'm standing in the kitchen watching heat rise from the curtain. We bought together on a different kind of afternoon, when buying things together still felt like a language, like a room. There's a specific kind of silence that the heat creates between two people who've stopped asking, who've stopped checking the weights of each other's moves, who've learned to read the pressure by the room. I know you're August the way I know approaching storm, the plume of cloud that means we're 90 minutes from the breaking. I've stopped trying to predict the weather, stop mistaking accurate forecasting for intimacy, knowing when your storm is not the same as knowing why. And then the after of the storm, the way the air hangs different after everything releases, after we've been indifferent to each other for exactly long enough to need the reconnection that the heat makes urgent, plans to see the vibe. Don't know what to name this architecture anymore. The house we built together has familiar floors, but the temperature inside has changed, has found its own new equilibrium. And I'm still learning what we've grown into, still learning what the summer's trying to show us about the low barren walls that hold the two of us, yeah. And which ones we've been leaning on that weren't designed for weight, just decorative, just pleasant, not discovered until late. In the hottest summer, either one of us remembers.